Sirens pierced the air all around me. Maybe that's a bit harsh. Fine. I just hate humans. The wailing sirens filled the tunnels, a deafening alert of yet another nuclear storm raging on the surface. We all huddled hidden beneath the ground like ants. What was left of us anyway. The last storm trapped us down here for months, or moons, as some people had taken to calling our survivalist passing of time. I just called it hell. But even that meant less and less as religions disappeared. I didn't blame anyone for forsaking any of the gods they had once worshipped, when not a single one had come to our aid. Rations had diminished to crumbs in order to preserve provisions. I wasn't exactly looking forward to losing the essential weight I had just put back on. I picked at my still loose pants. At least I had a belt this time. I grimaced, remembering how I had come by the belt. The deceased patient I had taken it from. Survival. I twisted the black identification band around my left wrist. You have to survive now, little flower. I doubted my father would still call me that if he had seen what I had become. The things I had done to survive. Across from me, a little girl let out a small whimper, staring at me with wide, dark brown eyes, almost the same shade as mine. A green identification band glinted as she covered her ears. A man and a woman, her parents, I assumed, wrapped their bodies around the little girl, shielding her. She couldn't be older than 3, maybe 4. The woman ran a comforting hand through her daughter's hair. A family. An anomaly these days. A relic of life before the war. A life that little girl wouldn't have been alive to see. We had been dwelling almost entirely underground for 6 years now. The message auto-repeated on the radio along with the coordinates as the end approached. All are welcome in Haven, humanity's last hope. I had delayed coming, the distrust and fear overwhelming. That had been a mistake. The idea of never seeing the sky, of being shut up with others who might have been an enemy. I hadn't been able to stomach it. I fought against it until I had no choice. Until I found myself sprinting here, desperate. Then, the reason for my desperation died. I stayed simply because I had nowhere to go. No one and nothing. I had been right to be wary. It was always dark. There was no tracking time besides the noises, bells, buzzes, and alarms. We were left to believe the sounds represented the passing of time. It was disorienting. Now, it felt normal. That frightened me. But what other option did I have? The land above was uninhabitable, decimated by the war. I was 15 when the war started. Tensions worldwide had been on edge for some time, felt by all regardless of nationality. Then it happened. It had been a Monday. I was dressed for school, complaining about a math exam I didn't want to take. I had pinned back my long, dark auburn hair with a pink bow to garner a reaction from my mother. She told me the bow looked lovely while tending to my 2 younger siblings. I still remember her distracted smile. Then my parents' cell phones had started dinging. My father had read the screen before grabbing the remote. The news filled our home and everything shifted. A permanent fracture in my life. I hardly understood the gravity of it. But sometimes, those first harrowing images still drove me from my sleep all these years later. No one had been prepared for how quickly the war escalated. Technology broadcasted every moment across the entire world, into everyone's homes and phone screens, the coverage inescapable. It felt like no time at all until those broadcasts reached our backyard, until it was our towns and cities being shown, and the next, and the next. One endless live stream of humanity obliterating itself